You're a little thicker these days?
I've always been thick like this.
Right.
My weight fluctuates.
Yeah, you always
I don't
go.
see why it's an issue, but I mean, I just think that it's like, okay, we can't hate on her, so let's say she has AIDS. Okay, now let's call her a fat bitch. Like, well, you already said I had AIDS, and so you think you calling me a fat bitch is gonna really hurt me? But I mean, at the end of the day, your mama fat, your auntie fat, your sister fat, your baby mama fat. People have issues around being fat, you know. They have insecurities with themselves, or maybe they fat ass mama used to pick them up for school with stretch pants with holes in them and flip flops with dirty feet. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my problem.
What do you personally like? Do you like being
personally,
thicker
I like
or
being
thinner?
thicker.
Because I remember when we first met, this was like 2001 or something.
I mean, I never used to eat then.
Yeah,
I had an eating disability.
You were
called smoke
super
weed
skinny.
when you're hungry and just keep smoking weed and keep working, and we forget to eat.
Okay.
Like Jeremy would literally call me and say, "Did you eat today?" And I would lie and make up meals that I never even ate because I would forget to eat.
Really?
He would pack lunches and pack chocolate and Shores when I was on set. You can't lose that booty. You can't lose that booty. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Booty never got lost.
Things change. People grow. Like, I work out regularly. I don't, you know, I don't eat messed up. I don't
you are
drink
getting
soda, whatever.
You are getting older, so your metabolism changes.
Of course.
Happens to all of us. I look different than what I did when I was 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how much did you weigh, like, back then when you were, like, dancing, like, you know, when you were in the Bay?
When I was dancing, I probably was 115 pounds, 120 pounds.
Okay. And you're
125.
You're how tall? Like
4'11".
4'11".
I mean, I'm supposed to be between, what, 85 pounds to 110 pounds for my height, I guess.
Okay.
But that's like a different standard.
And how much do you weigh now?
I'm not going to tell you how old I am or how much I weigh.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I remember, like, there were these pictures that came out of you, like, doing some feature dancing. And
they have me looking like SpongeBob. Because I'm like, dude, even if I do get bigger, my ass isn't going to be hella flat with dents in it, with hella rolls, and I'm just hella wide. But people believe what they want to believe. They want to get the likes. They want to get the hits. So they just ran with it. And then the whole time everybody's talking trash. Like, I made almost $10,000 on stage that night.
Wow.
You know,
okay.
in Philly Onyx. I had such a great time that after my performance, I put another dance outfit on and I start dancing in the crowd, $100 per song plus tips. So I usually don't even do that. I usually don't even dance at people's tables, but it was cracking so hard. I was having such a good time. But that's people who were there. People who weren't there are gonna say this, say that. They had some bunk video where there's no music playing. If I made almost 10,000 ones on stage, why is there no money on the floor? I had 3 people with me. Why aren't they on stage? And then all of a sudden, conveniently, some girl says, "Oh, it looks like an elephant up there." I'm like, whatever. So, I mean, that's just another thing to keep me in the news. Like, even when I'm off the grid, like, people constantly, I could be minding my own business off the grid with my family and something's going to pop up, some rumor, some rapper I never even met, now we're having sex, or now we're having a baby, or now we're this, now we're that.
What's been the craziest rumors?
Besides the HIV and making me look like SpongeBob. I would say sometimes I go to Chicago and women at my shows in the bathroom pull me to the side and ask me how me and Twister's baby's doing. That I have no kids.
Yeah, I've heard
never had a baby. So I mean, you know.
You have a baby with Twister.
Yeah.
What else?
They said I was dating Slim Thug. They said something about me and Chris Brown. They said, well, I think Mystical had mentioned something about he wanted to do a scene with me. So TMZ asked me, you know, in an interview that they put on the website, and I said, hey, if someone offered us some money or if he wanted to do it for my website, I would do it. I don't know. I don't even, I mean, with everyone trying to bring me down so hard with the HIV rumors and fat bitch rumors and altered pictures, like, I don't even think about all the other stuff. To me is like a joke now compared to that. And then people say, dang, you know, how do you deal with this? Like, you know, I get in my feelings when someone tells me they don't like what I'm wearing on the internet. And they're actually saying this and that and other. And I'm like, you know, that's what distinguishes me from everyone else. And people who are, you know, celebrities or popular or successful or however you want to call them, you know, there's just a lot of people out there that's simple. They're simple-minded and they're simple people. These are the fans. These are the people who pick up and buy the tabloids. You know what I mean? These are the people who are running, chasing me down at the airport asking for a picture. Like, I would never do that to anybody, but that's just me, you know? People are just different.
You said that you made $10,000 that night at the club. Almost 10,000. And you know, I remember there was an interview we did, you know, some years back, where you know this was right after you had a night at the strip club and you had a big bag of money and you kind of emptied the money on the bed.
Yeah, everyone talks about that.
Yeah, it got like 3 million views. What's the most you've ever taken home in a night at the club?
The most I've ever made on stage tips was close to $10,000.
$10,000.
And I was in Philadelphia at Club Onyx, the grand opening for their club.
I remember you were, even before we started, you were like, this is not a lot of money. Like, I don't really want to do this. And I'm like, come on, this is gonna work. Like, trust me. And I mean,
it did.
It did. But you still maintained that was not a lot of money for you. So what was the most you've ever made at a strip club in one night?
The most, I would say, both times I was at Philly Onyx. That night I just mentioned, almost 10,000. And the first night when I worked there for their grand opening, it was like almost 7. But this is just ones. I'm not talking about money I made for my initial fee to be there or money I made in pictures, because I still charge $100 for photos.
So if we,
I don't know if I count it like that. I mean, I would say the most I probably made in photos is probably.
Let's take one step out. You know, and I'm not going to ask what your fee, you know, what you charge or whatever else. But if you were to look at like how much you made total that night between your appearance fee, the photos, the money thrown, the lap dances, whatever the fuck else, you know what I mean? You know, gets done. How much did you make?
I think I made like close to 20,000 that weekend, because I was out there for the convention too. So between the convention and the show, like close to 20
That's
combined.
What's up.
So while everybody was talking about me being a fat bitch, I was in New York with Monroe Sweets on a shopping spree, like going to eat food. And they're like, everybody's calling you a fat bitch and you posting pictures at restaurants. Like, what, I'm supposed to not eat? Like, seriously?
Yeah, I feel
so whatever. I mean, it's cool.
I'm trying to battle John Cena. Can somebody find John Cena's management? WWE, somebody find John Cena and let's make this happen.
So let's be super honest here, and I'm gonna be really frank and a little uncouth. I'm not gonna suck a dick unless I'm gonna do it great. I'm not gonna write a book unless I'm gonna do it great. I'm not gonna cook a meal unless I'm not gonna touch anything unless I plan on doing it better than anyone else you've ever met in your entire life.